What's good, guys? This is Gabe from J&C Team Collectibles, and today we have.
Savage Pete, man.
And what'd you play, Savage?
I played Ogdoadic Punk.
Oh, let's go. What'd you got?
So, to start it off, we got 3 of the Noah. Snake sends itself in a dark reptile from deck to graveyard, so it's like a double foolish for the grave presence. I got a dark one, does the same thing, but in reverse. One Zoha. He's more of a, when he's sent to the graveyard, he adds. You and your opponent both discard, and then you get more fodder in the graveyard for more of your plays. He's a good chain block too when you try to go on the Hulk also, because they can't ash your Hulk. I do 2 Alert. The reason I do him is because a lot of these card effects in the deck, when they come on the board, they get banished. Like, say Chaos Ruler, whatever. I can recycle the Chaos Ruler. If I go Plague Spreader, I can recycle the Plague Spreader and just do endless combo with them, depending on if I'm got a Reptile banished, because he shuffles back or adds back to the graveyard a Reptile that's banished and any other monster card. So he's good synergy.
Man, that's crazy.
1 Curse. He's a monster reborn from the graveyard. Big guy. He just sends for free. Only 1 Reptilian Coil. If I have a Dark Reptile on board, it special summons and it's a level 4 tuner, so that just ignites the Hulk play. 1 Night Sword Serpent is when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect special, so it's a free body. The whole purpose of this deck was when the new Therion monster came out, I was a little intrigued, so I wanted to try it out in the deck. So I played 2 Emperors. This card effect is when it's equipped, or if a Therion monster is equipped to a Therion monster on the board, I can discard a card, special summon it. So it's a free level 8 body for Rake Expand. I only played 1 Regulus. I don't want the package to be too cloggy, and 1 Regulus proven to be perfect today.
You never missed another Regulus?
I never miss another Regulus because his effect allows me to send any other Therion monster, so I really never miss another one. I did the Punk package, just 1 Ogre Dance, 1 Fox Tune, 1 Xiamen, 1 Dare Note. Once the package is going, I don't need to reoccur it at all. So, you know, if I see Xiamen or Dare Note, I can send the rest of the graveyard, and, you know, it just gets the Chaos Ruler package going.
All right.
1 Plague Spreader for the tuner off of Hulk. And hand traps, I only played 2 Effect Valor, 2 Nib, 2 Ogre, 2 Crow, 2 Ash. I play Cross out in the build. The reason I play 2 is because you don't want to brick on them. You don't want to draw too many, and then it's hard for you to draw your combo pieces. But I never had a problem with at all. I seen every hand trap when I needed it. It's just my opponent probably had Cross out or called by, so, but that's the name of the game, you know?
Yeah.
On to the spells. MVP in the deck, we have 3 Snake Rain. This card is insane. It just sends for free 3 reptiles to the graveyard. You just can't beat that. We have 3 Ogdoadic Water Lily. If I have 5 reptiles in the graveyard with different names, if I send one, I can special one for free, and that also helps rank 8 spam, tuner plays to get my synchro monsters out easier. I play the 1 Serpent Strike. This card is situational. I can discard a reptile monster with a certain attribute to special summon a different attribute from the graveyard. So once again, for spam plays, but it came up like twice today and it helped me win the match against Zero Elements. 1 Foolish Burial, pretty mandatory. I like stuff in the grave. I do the 3 Tellies, get the Punk package going, and on top of that, Ogre if I need it. It helped me against Splight when they had a giant on board, just blew them out the water. 3 Dark Rulers in the main. This card is insane today. I've almost seen it in every single matchup. This card over droplet for this format 100%.
Single-handedly won you games?
Single-handedly won me games. 3 Cross out, 1 Call by. Pretty mandatory right now. Everybody plays the same hand trap, so why not? 1 Terraforming and 2 Disc Coliseums. Only 2. The 3rd one can be cloggy at times, and like I said, I want to draw my combo pieces, so I'd rather.
What would you say was the hardest matchup for you today?
My hardest matchup was my last matchup, Exo Sisters.
Exo Sisters.
I won because I Nibiru'd him. He didn't have a follow-up besides goals in match, but I was able to play through it, so because that deck just shuts off the graveyard, but I was able to get there regardless. Onto the side deck. So the side deck is just pretty, you know, hate. This is a lot of hate. Just 2 D barriers, 3 deck devies, 3 eradicator viruses.
Yo!
3 trap trick.
Oh my goodness!
I just want to see anything.
You just want to say no.
Just say no. They lose, we go to game 3. I don't feel like going into time. If we do, that's fine. I have options for that also. So it's mainly just, you know, get to the trap cards, lock my opponent out. 3 lava golem and the spice, the 1 Ganondorf. So I was in a match against Tear Elements, and what happened was we went in a time and we was even. So I activated Xiamen and I burned for 6. Whenever this monster is summoned, I gain 1,000. It's not once per turn. So I gained 3,000 after I Xiamen, and I just knocked him out the park. Onto the extra deck. Extra deck pretty standard for this. I got 1 Abyss Dweller. This card was MVP all day. I played against 5 Tear Elements. I lost against a Tear Element Pure. I lost against a Tear Element Eldritch. The other 3 decks was great. They stopped me from getting the Abyss Dweller, that's why I lost. 2 of the King of the Feral Imps. This card is a rotor, not once per turn for the deck. 1 Sky Prison. This card literally says neither player can special summon from the graveyard. So when Splight try to go to their extenders, it just shuts it off. They can't do anything. I played Dryatron 1 time today. They just scooped when they saw this card because they know what it does. Coach King, giant trainer, call him Coach Carter. So basically, when you summon this man, you discard for each monster you draw, you burn your opponent for 800. Okay. So if I have 3 level 8, summon him, burn, get more resources, and most of the time I just drew hand traps off of him, so he was like great. 1 Hope Harbinger, Zombie Vampire. A lot of people will argue this isn't good right now because of Tear Elements, and in a way I would agree, but almost every time I had him on board, I had an Abyss Dweller also. So when they saw the Abyss and the Zombie Vampire, they just was not happy at all. So that helped me get there in a lot of matchups. 1 Hulk, 1 Celine, Nightmare Unicorn, Bo Goddess Appalooza,
I don't want it.
Ashes Chaos Ruler, Baron, and the Geo Mathmech. I played against Flunder round 3 and they could not out this card at all. Like they just literally just sat there and it was just bad. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I played 52 pickup. So I just came here with the idea that I was just gonna get my invite with the deck, and so round 8 I lost against Tear Element in game 3.
You just left me hanging.
You know, it was bad, but we were still able to get there. So
all good. Do you got any shout outs for them?
Shout out Super Heavy Gaming. My boy's back in Philly. Shout out my boy Sam, you know. My boy Sam, Captain, my boy Leon, everybody from Lux, my boy John.
Let him know.
Let him know.
Don't forget 2 of your coaches, boy.
This Savage P from down the street, man. We out of here, bro.
Right,
Cyber Dragons.